part Act 10, which is the last act of the game. But the game really isn't over. We actually haven't even reached endgame, which there's a lot more content to consume. But for the purpose of campaign, this is technically the last part of it. Anyways, let's go and continue. And I'll go ahead and mention what we've done, as we have bought a lot of different things. So first off, in terms of what we have done, I actually changed up the sword a bit. You'll see that the sword now has minion life. It used to have what we had originally on our Stone Golem and Ancestral Protector. Basically, I moved it over to the sword because we have gotten a 6-link. Now, 6-link items are very expensive. However, you can buy corrupted versions for very cheap. You just kind of got to be on the lookout. What I was really looking for on an item is the right exact colors, because once the item is corrupted, you can never change it. Well, I shouldn't say never change it. You pretty much can't change it. Technically, yes, you can, but for the most part, it's pretty much set in stone, and it's usually not worth the currency anyways. But what we're looking for is specifically these colors. You don't have to get the exact same ones, just the ones that I happen to get. Basically, all we've added to our linkage is increased critical strike support. We've also removed some items over here. So I mentioned that one helmet. We ended up farming some currency just by playing the heist, and we got enough currency to get Abyssius, which I got for 3 chaos, I believe. Is it 2 or 3? And then we got this amulet for 5 chaos. So what we did is we removed this amulet. This amulet, remember, it gave us a huge amount of crit strike chance. However, our crit strikes don't deal more damage, so it kind of ruins the idea of a crit. But the thing is the build still needs crit because we need to generate that frenzy charge. So I got this amulet. It basically just has a lot of crit. It has 80% crit, which is kind of nice. I just wanted something with life and crit, and then granted dexterity because I needed it for my gear. Although now with Abyssius, that also gives me all attributes here. In addition to that, yeah, we swapped off our armor. This armor technically gives us a lot more life. As you can see, we'll go from 27 to 3. But unfortunately, I needed this because I need the extra linkage. And then the helm, yeah, we swapped out the helm. We've also swapped out one of the rings. So what I was looking for on a ring is just to get some extra life, because we did lose a lot of life swapping out the armors here. So this ring, it just happens to have some resistances. Physical damage is another little bonus here, but the most important thing is just adds a bunch of different life. And then that's all we've done. We definitely need to get an upgraded another belt though. So that's what we've changed with the build. And like I said, you might not be able, on average, you should probably be able to get this if you do a couple heists. Again, it was I think it was 15 chaos for this, because I wanted the one that had a little bit more life. You definitely get ones for 10 chaos real easy that just have the sockets that you want. You can also get an item called Tabula Rasa. In fact, let me go and actually show you how we do this, because this is actually a pretty important step for any progression here. So, and I always want to mention you can use the official website, but I just like this interface more. So what I did was I went to body armor, and then I would go 6-link, and then I would type in the exact colors I want. So in our case, we wanted 3 green, 2 red, and 1 blue. And then I went let's go to max currency chaos order. We'll type in 10. So you can see that there are tons for under 10, but they might not have that much life. I'll click on the thing that gives us the most life. This one has a decent amount of life, but no armor, no evasion, and I kind of would like to have that. So you can also go ahead and do armor minimum, let's say 400. I think I typed in 400, 400, because I want it to be hybrid, so we can get some stats on each. So you can still get them for, again, relatively cheap. About 10 is the minimum for price, I would say, in this category. But yeah, you can definitely get these for really cheap. But if we take it a step further, you can also just, again, get Tabula. This is another very popular item for a lot of players. But the reason why this is so good is that, well, it's pretty cheap as well. But on top of that, you can start using it instantly at level 1 because it has no requirements, which is quite nice. But yeah, that is what we've done with the build. And let's go ahead and continue. And in terms of skills, I don't think we changed anything. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. So let's go ahead and continue. And the first quest is just going to be just basically walking right outside. And we'll have to resummon our little golem buddy. Sometimes we'll take a lot more physical damage, as this makes us take 47% increased physical damage. I actually got a really bad roll one, but I wanted to get one for cheap, so that's what we got. So I also had to get another level of the minion life, as though the one we had, it just required too much intelligence. I had upgraded it too much since I swapped off of my amulet that granted me intelligence as well. You can also reduce level, but it costs currency, and it's usually not worth it in the very beginning. But hello Swift, how you doing, mate? But to answer your question, yes, Asian Ice White Dragon is also my other YouTube channel. Same person. Sometimes I troll and say, ask my brother, Capo. But yeah, I just have 2 different usernames for 2 different games. Alright, get that increased crit strikes. You've been following my channel for years. Oh, crazy that you found me in, I guess, some POE. But welcome indeed, mate. I like the damage you can go through on some of those. We should probably also respec a few of these skill points. Just push a little bit more crit. The damage is like okay. The thing is that like I've never gone Impale because I went with one of the newer starter skills earlier on as a progression, and I think it was pretty good to progress. But I think that actually, can I move this? I think that with Impale, like, you don't hit as hard instantly. Like, it takes a while and it kind of ramps it up. I mean, we're still in the process of getting a lot more damage, but I also need to consider, I need to get some HP too. I want to still try to get that other Ascendancy thing where we're going to get an additional 100% damage, so that's going to be a lot nicer. But I also have to keep my HP low enough, but have enough defenses. So I need to be able to take enough damage to where I'm under 35%. I could technically use blood magic and reserve it so my health is always low, like literally it'll just always be on low HP, but I just don't think it's worth it overall. Like I said, I'm going to respec out of some of these points of these attack speed ones. Like in fact I can respec out of these like attack speed ones here, because these other ones will give me like sword attack speed, and they'll give me something else too. Anyways, let's go ahead and put a point in here, and then I'll probably reset those and look at the other sword nodes. Let's see, this is accuracy, crit strike. Yeah, because once we get our crit up to about, I would say 50, let's see, what's our crit right now? It's at 39. So once we get it to about 50%, I'd say that that's like pretty ideal, as once we use the Diamond Flask, it's it'll be strong enough, and because the thing will roll twice. Like, that's how the Diamond Flasks work. So basically it rolls 2 times for your crit. But I'd say our clear speed is still like good. I'm trying to see if I can get the waypoint. I want to say it's somewhere around the middle. Since my intelligence isn't going to be super high for the build, I'm kind of worried we'll run into a wall where like our increased crit strike just gets a lot less value than maybe just running another item and then increasing DPS somewhere else. But I was thinking about also going Kitava's Feast, which is an item that will give me basically an extra gem slot. And then what I would do with that is get like crit multiplier Or if I just get Maligros, because our crit damage right now is 274. So I guess it's close enough. Alright, so we got that waypoint. There we go. I think if we can get the waypoint ASAP when we go in, go back to town, talk to the guy. I guess not. Oh, what the heck? We literally went all the way backwards. A superior gem. I'll show you guys the mechanic later, where basically you take other gems' quality and you get what's called the GCP, Gem Cutter's Prism, and you're able to go ahead and upgrade your gems. Normally gems go up to level 20, but you can like further enhance them. Here we go. Get this waypoint, go back into town.
Good luck out there. Always.
Remember.
We can take a flask over here. I'm okay though, there's really nothing. There's a flask that I will mention though, that's kind of decent. It's called the Quartz Flask. It'll give you a chance to dodge attacks and spells.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
So let's see. Okay, we used the waypoint, right? So in order to fight the final boss, we need the staff. Another thing to mention, if you run out of like Scrolls of Wisdoms or portals, you can actually use vendor recipes to actually get it. So if you can basically just get a whetstone, I'll go pick up one later and show you guys that mechanic as well. Still going down, okay, good. Some of these can be quite long, but with that fast leap slam, it makes quick work. The bosses are just melting. I'm wondering, I haven't added up all of our Impale, but ideally we get it to like over 200%. got the staff. Go back and deliver it for Bannon.
Freedom comes.
Innocence blesses your
He's on fire. Now he has his true form. Alright. But there are still a bunch of quests that we'll do for skill points after we finish the main game. And then we'll also still happen to need to do the second to the last trial. So it's still, like I said, lots of content, even though the game is technically like over. But yes, we're just gonna do all the skill points that are all the quests that grant us skill points. There's also a really important quest called Tier that we'll do, as it pretty much unlocks most of the gems in the game. It won't give you any awakened gems, but those are for like the next level mechanic. There's an awakened gem that I like to have that's awakened multi-strike, and instead of you hitting 3 times the multi-strike, you hit 4 times, so it's a huge DPS buff. But that one's usually pretty expensive. Nice, we got another map, which we'll utilize later. The maps have gotten a lot more easy to sustain, because that's what the endgame content is pretty much comprised of. It's a bunch of just maps that you're going to be doing. Another one. I think for next one, don't want to go for health. Let's see. Since I'm already going sword, let's still look at crit though. Let's see. Because I do want to go ahead and grab these nodes, but if there's something to grab before that, we can go ahead and do that as well. This is 20, 25. This one gives us another multiplier over there. So I'll go ahead and just pick that one up too. Alright, we'll do that mechanic eventually. So we just got this long stretch, hyping up the final boss fight. And I was actually surprised with how short this act actually is, but there's a few more quests that we'll go back to that are really necessary. But I'm just going to rush the boss first.
I shall strike you down.
It's upgraded. Curious to see how much damage we do against him as well. Well, we can survive that. His heart gets shot out.
I can't do this just yet.
Don't have a charge. Oh, that's unfortunate. This boss we might die on a few times. If we don't have that flicker charge, we can't like sustain. Oh, I don't even know if we can sustain without it. I'm just kind of testing out the thresholds too. Probably should just stay out of that. That's what you're supposed to do, but I was wondering, man, can we just like tank it? The answer is not really. If I have enough sustain with my flicker strikes, though, I think we could. It's fine if you die again a lot on this one. Especially as flicker, because sometimes like it's either you don't attack, you get no DPS if you just sit back and wait. And I'd rather just hold down the button, and it'll be much faster. But he's almost gone. Impaled his heart. There we go.
It's over.
And then you go through. But I did mention you got to do the tier quest, and you'll see our resistances aren't too bad. They did get reduced quite a bit. As when you complete the game, you'll start lowering your resistances as you progress in the game. We'll go and talk to these people over here. One of them will give us 2 skill points for the final one. And then now is where we get to type in /passives. And we'll see all of the ones that we have not completed. Now the bandit one we won't get because, well, we'd have to go reset it, which we'll show off later as we'll do that. But first one over here, we're going to go in order. This is the Marooned Mariner. So we'll go ahead and go to Act. Let's see if it's in Act 1. Here we go. So this one will be the very first one. Let's go put in those skill points. Maybe be a little faster here. Although everything will be one-shot pretty much. So I'll skip out on the 10% multiplier. I just want that extra massive amount of. The MAME is like okay too.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh, we're in Sand Stance. I want to be in Blood Stance. Get more damage. Sand Stance is for more survival. I think it's the Shipyard Grave, right? Yeah, okay. So we have to go in here. Probably end up one-shotting everything here with Leap Slam anyways. As this is a level 12 area. It's not like in other games where like some games it'll just like scale you to the levels area. But yeah, you're good in Path of Exile. It's like Diablo 2. Or I guess 3 as well. Like you can just one-shot everything. In Torchlight, like they don't let you do that. Okay. So, what is it? Let's see what.
Farewell.
Okay. So, oh, now we have to go bring it to him in the shipyard. Back over here and find Fairgraves.
My spirit is spent.
And if we don't hit enemies, we'll run out of mana. All we have to do is tap someone once. A nice little mana regen. But also, I'm wondering if Impale will like scale with like the percentage of damage that you're dealing on hit. Actually, I didn't actually think about that.
Please understand that as a gentleman of honor, it pains me greatly to do this. Hard times call for hard hearts. I'm sure
Oh, that's cool. My golem could probably kill off the Fairgraves. There we go.
It's not every day that I get to duel with a legend. Thank you, Feg.
Right, so rip him and then another skip point. Okay. Sometimes it's okay to go back and do these, like, instead of just doing it at the time. At the time, doing it is, like, not bad at all either. Oh, I didn't even put that point. Yeah, okay, that's the point we wanted. And then we'll go ahead, maybe... There's this over here. Now I wanted to mention, if you have plus to minimum frenzy charges, it won't expend it for the frenzy, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish you could just put 1 to minimum, so you'd... This makes it so you always have 1, but it doesn't let you just, like, expend it. As in, like, you can't just have plus 1 to minimum frenzy charges and infinitely flicker strike. I wish that's how it worked, but unfortunately, no. We'll probably end up going up here and grabbing these other sword notes, as I also want to grab the other frenzy charge as well. Alright. So, let's go ahead and... look at the passive skin. So we have so deal with the bandits, we're not going to be able to get one. We have Queen of Despair and the Gemling Legion. Alright, so we have 3 more skill points to get. So Queen of Despair is okay. Queen of Despair. The easiest way is just to click on the ones on the left side of this little line here are the ones that you haven't done. So the Queen of Despair is the first one. Oh. There we go. Queen of Despair. There we go.
I can't do this just yet.
That's what happens when you don't have that flicker strike charge. Oh. Or I can just rubber band too. That works. But the reason why I like doing this, sometimes going and progressing further, and then doing these quests later. Like if you do the quest now, I guess it's not like bad. Or like when you first like get to the area. But sometimes you just don't have the mobility. Like the jumps, like the leap slams are just so fast. And like with all the faster attacks, it just makes it so much faster.
Keep your wits about you. Keep your wits about you.
Okay, so Queen of Despair is complete, and the next one up is the Gemling Legion. Okay. Oh, we're banned. Let's see what's over here. I want to say it's like hiding like the right side of an area. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're done. Pick up that chromatic.
Talakora. Be well.
Okay, and then we have one final one to do, I believe. It is the Valentes Vengeance. And we'll do the tier quest because I recommend everyone to do that one. There we go. So we just have to find someone to kill him. Pretty straightforward quest. And then for the next... I actually think we should probably go for a little bit of health. Actually getting this could be really smart too. Because then we can just get something that gives us like... Well, I would like to get a Watcher's Eye that grants us +2 extra Impale stacks, but those are a little bit expensive. Actually, very, very, very expensive as far as right now. I'll think about it later. I just want to get to what's called maps. So, control blocks is where we're going to go. And we also still have those trials to do. So we still got... There's so much to do in this game. until you finally get towards like the actual end game content. But you don't have to do the trial yet. I'm gonna do some maps without the trial, and then we'll do the trial once again, and I'll maybe make it a separate part. I'm sure. We got 30 minutes into this. I'll try to keep these at about an hour-ish. But hello, Tyler. Ooh, go over here. Delete the bots. And sometimes there's Twitch bots that will go and visit this website, download free virus. Just spam me. Same thing on YouTube. Free virus where? Yeah. Downloadmoreram.com. Alright. Yeah, there's some of those YouTube ones that'll say like, nice video, and they'll put like a random like, my favorite part is this, and it like almost looks legit, right? Because they put like a timestamp. Alright, so we got the teardrop. The reason why you want the teardrop is because it will grant you access to lots and lots and lots of skills that you can choose from. Okay.
Remember, we do this for free.
Okay, and we are done. Let me type in passives again. You can see we have. Oh wait, Valentes Vengeance. Oh. We were in the Reliquary. Okay, so we completed the tier quest without even noticing what we did that. Oh, the control blocks are in another path, but that's how you get the tier. Which, again, I said we were going to do anyways. I just kind of was passing by. What's stupid is I got a copyright strike, or not a copyright strike, it's just called a strike on my YouTube account. It's gone now, but it's because I listed the official Path of Exile website in my description box. It's like, you're gonna like give someone a strike for that. And I tried to reach out to them, they just didn't respond. But like most people have that problem where you just can't respond. YouTube just can't respond. I understand that there's so many people, but like, I feel like you should be able to be like, hey, no, this is like something that, like, if they demonetize a video that's unwrongfully demonetized, right? YouTube is also losing out on revenue. Why wouldn't they want to just hire someone to take a look at it? I think there should be an option that says like for people that are able to, like, if the video would make at least, let's say, $100, right? Or like it would say like you will pay this sum of money in order for this video to be like fixed. If it's on our error, then like, you know, we won't like charge you or whatever. But if it's your fault, then that way like they didn't like lose money, if that makes any sense. Because then like people can't just keep on saying, hey dude, my video shouldn't be demonetized, and then there's no like, because they had someone to have to physically look at it. I think that'd be a good alternative way. But I know some people would be like, that's not fair. You know, I shouldn't have to pay $100. It's like, well, if your video is not going to generate $100, it's just not worth it for perhaps them to take a look at it. And it would really solve the issue, right? Because the reason why they can't just have everyone look at it is because, like, well, it costs money. Oh, I think it's that little tiny sliver over here. Hopefully it is. It's not just like a dead end. Oh, there it is. There it is. The control blocks. And then we still have to do the 3 trials, and then we'll do the final end game content, which is the maps, which has several different bosses. And once you defeat all these bosses, I guess there's also Shaper. That's another like end game thing to do. There's just so much to do in this game. It is absolutely insane how much content is in this game. That's like actually different content too. It's not just like you do the map like a Greater Rift over and over and over and over again in Diablo. It's just like which is very tiresome. I mean, it's basically repetitive. But there's like actually newer things, at least in Path of Exile, to kind of look forward to. And there's usually when there's a new league, there's some type of like end game boss that like takes forever to get to. Well, it's not really forever. I mean, like you can do it maybe like once you've maxed out, you can maybe do it in a couple days. So it'll keep you entertained for a while, which is good. I like it. Oh, this is a cool boss fight. It's one that like flies. They can't take any more damage because this is their phase. So how it'll come in, it'll be like a little like an airstrike bomber guy. It'll be like in a straight path. Doesn't even really phase me. How much? We have 65% chance to evade and 63% damage reduction from physical. That's not even including I don't know if we can anoint corrupted items. Actually, didn't even think about that. Which is a mechanic I'll show you guys later. Alright, another skill point. So some more damage. Because like I said, I actually maybe need to be like 3.5k since we have like a lot of toughness that I was not aware of that we would actually get with this build. Because we're going to have Fortify, which is 20% damage reduction. But like I said, I have to keep my HP low for those reasons. Alright, so now that we're done with that, I guess go to I have to get to like the actual like end game area. I guess we just pick a belt. Actually, I should have probably took the leather belt because it's probably better than what we have. Our belt is so bad right now. Okay. But type in slash. Okay, so yes, we got all except for again deal with the bandits because we picked one of the other traits, and then now we have Epilogue, so we go back to Oriath over here, but it's like a new Oriath. I'm gonna talk to all these guys, and then now when we talk to Lily, when we purchase items, you'll see that she pretty much has most of the gems in the game. It's also the detonate mines over here, which is I guess its own category. It gets to be special. Yeah, so we definitely need to get a better belt, but there's also I think for this game's mechanic you have to actually go in here. There's a spot to go in. It used to be like you just go to lab and you can start just doing maps. They give you one to start off with. But you go down here. A little like it's I think it like blows up or something. Oh.
What was that? Rumor has it.
Okay, no, we gotta go back to the Fallen Quartz.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
Oh, you know what we can also do is actually do this first. I don't remember which trials we have and haven't done. I think there's 3 more. I think it's level like 60 something, which is what they recommend. 68, which is perfect. Okay, so this we have Tunnel Act 9, which we can go ahead and do, and there's one more. I'll go ahead and do so. Tunnel Act 9. So we'll go to Act 9 and look for the tunnel. We skipped out one of these. This is actually, I think, like basically the mines map. Some of the tile sets in this game are recycled. They're not like too bad. Before you had to do like normal nightmare. They call it hell difficulty. I forgot what they called the last difficulty, but anyways, yeah, you had to do it like several times, and it's just much better the way that they've done it. I actually think they didn't really need to even do 10x. You hate running through multiple versions. I got you, Nightwings. For me, I'd rather just make your game shorter. Why make it like super long, like in terms of like dragging out content? Also, the POE's like RNG map system and like the watchstones. I feel like They don't need to do that. I think it'd be much better if you just selected the area that you wanted to go to, and it would just kind of progress from there, but, you know, that's their decision. But I think that it confuses a lot of players. Like, even like, well, it's when they first had that Conquerors of the Atlas introduced. But I guess that kind of helps us content creators, because if we make guides for it, that's views for us. Right, and then we need one more. And I'll probably remove Abyssius when we actually fight the trial boss guy, Izaro. The reason why is he hits for physical damage, and he hits really hard. And so it's just not too smart to go ahead and do that. And the last one, which I don't believe it reveals it as you go along. I think it's just like, it'll just say like trial somewhere, Kappa. Okay, unknown area. But you can always just Google up Path of Exile, Labyrinth. And then they'll take you to the wiki page, and then they'll tell you exactly where every single one is. Oh, this is going over all. Where's the, oh, is it, so, let's see. Oh, this is a weird setup that they have for this wiki now. So, oh, the last one is the Ossuary, which I don't even know. I think it's an Act 10? Ossuary. Oh, here we go. So, it's part of like a quest anyway, so I guess you would end up pathing there. Alright, so we'll go ahead and go to the Ossuary, which is literally right here. Perfect. I might actually save these 3 nodes and just get all health. The reason why is Izaro's not so friendly in the harder difficulties. He loves to one-shot. And it's not very fun getting one-shot, I'll tell you, that's for sure. I think your damage is high enough anyways. We're already maxed out on the, oh, there's the map, which we will do. But I want to do the trial first. Wherever that thing is. Oh, here it is. Trial of Ascendancy. I'm kind of debating right now if I want to get the extra damage or damage reduction. So I get the damage reduction, I could just scale my damage much higher anyways. And the thing is that thing has to be like activated. If that makes any sense. It's not like I get that bonus damage. Like, for example, I could just not get 3 health nodes and then get like, you know, extra, you know, let's say 12, 12, 24. And then that can instantly be a huge amount of damage here. Like if we skipped out and let's say like 3 like health nodes to get 3 more of these. That's like what, 28, and then we get yeah, if we got like 4 like nodes, it's maybe like 60% damage, but then we also get like whatever bonuses that they also give us, like attack speed or any of those things could be a nice little bonus as well. But that will be up 100% of the time, whereas this we have to get under, we have to hit low life, then we have to obviously not die, and then that will only last for 20 seconds. So that means every 20 seconds we have to get to the point where we're almost dead, which I don't know. Or I can get this, which makes it so, what is it, like 16, well, it's technically 6% reduced damage and then another 10. I'm not sure if that's multiplicative or additive, but then we also get regen if we taunt an enemy recently, but we taunt 100% chance on hit. So that could also be something to factor in as well. I don't know, I'll play the Izaro and we'll see like how difficult it is.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
I'm kind of curious. I almost want to just push it and just be like, let's see if we can manage to survive on him, but I think that's just a bad idea. It's not gonna. Oh, that's no good because we needed it for attributes. All right, well I guess we're gonna have to do it anyways. The thing is, Abyssius gives us plus to all attributes, and the thing is that I cannot use my gear if I swap. So. I guess we gotta go in and do it the hard way. But because of that, I'm going to grab these 3 life nodes, and we will go from 2-8 to 3. So another decent amount of extra life over here. I should also throw on, instead of Blood Stance, the Sand Stance. So this one's going to be a little bit different. This one will actually require a key. And the key's almost always this way.
Can't do this just yet.
I'm also going to remove Blood Rage here. The reason why is if I get hit by a trap, I don't want Blood Rage proccing. And then I bleed out. Well, that was pretty close. But these will always do percentage damage anyways. So. Oh, we gotta watch out for some of these doors. They'll have these little things that block you. Actually, there's that 2-tone ring I kind of want to grab. That's perfect. Oh, 16%. I'm just going to use an essence on it and see if we can RNG to have life and 2 more extra resistances on it. So we get like 50-ish life. But yeah, this whole mechanic is RNG, like in terms of like what you're gonna get on the lab in terms of like it swaps up every day. Oops, got rubber banded. Okay. Hopefully this is not. Let's see. Oh, that's fine because either way, this will lead us into the next area. Should be down and to the right. More so down to the right. Oh, well, we're already here. We might as well get the chest. Yeah, POE labs, yeah. I usually just like doing it though. But yeah, it could be easier. I think the lab is one of the coolest things. Because one, you can't die. I mean, I guess Heist you can't die, but Heist sometimes when you die, I mean, dying in Path of Exile a lot of times feels unfair. Like, especially in the very beginning of the league start, because the servers just have so many issues.
My spirit is spent.
I feel like that's how a lot of action RPGs in general are, though. It's like everything's going fine, you're melting most of the things, and whoops, you're dead. You can kill Argus. An extra key at the end. Hopefully it won't rip on the boss. But like I just didn't have the stats to swap out the Abyssius. 40% more physical damage. And he already hits hard enough to pretty much one-shot. We'll see if he one-shots us. So it's up and to the top. Maybe? Okay, here we go, jeez. Now, it's the moment of truth. Are we going to get one-shotted?
Can't do this just yet.
It's gonna play relatively safe. Wow, my damage is through the roof. I didn't even notice him. Okay, so we can definitely kill him in terms of damage. The real question is, are we gonna be able to on the very final one, since there is a little bit of RNG with like the flicker strike, because I have no control of where I go. I could accidentally, like, you know, teleport into a bunch of spike traps and whoops, you're dead. And remember, if you are doing this for the first time, it's better just to go slow. To the right. Oh. Oh, we are definitely not even here. Okay, there we go. So, oops, let me see. So the next essence you hit will be killed instantly. Okay. So there are like these things that you can get. There's a lot of really cool mechanics, but I think the one that only matters is the very final one, because that's the one, if you want to farm, that's the one you would farm. Yeah, we're good on flask chargers, otherwise I'd go back for specifically getting the granite flask. Actually, I don't even have a granite flask. That's a really dumb idea. Let's go into Azaros with Odysseus, no granite flask. Big brain plays. Yeah, I think I can kill him. It's just that I can't get hit by him. I don't know if he's going to one-shot us or not. I have a decent amount of damage reduction, but again, I'm taking 40%. I'm 3k HP. Which I'd say is a little bit on the lower side. Like, 3.5, I'd feel comfortable.
My spirit is spent.
This one, be very careful, because if you get hit by the thing that slams on the ground, ooh, and then that thing rolls over you, you are so dead. One orb chance, cap him. That was not worth. I actually didn't think that that's where I was going. I want to go. Hopefully this is not going towards the silver door, as this key is a treasure key. It's different than a silver key. Okay. So from here, I think we can go from here to the
I can't
end.
do this just yet.
We'll see. Ooh, what was that purple? Oh, the contract, yes. Oh, please don't be a puzzle one. I'm not very good at the puzzle ones. There's ones where you have to, like, I don't really know how to explain it. You have to get all these things to, like, turn off. I don't know if it's like a really old game called, like, Light Switch. But it's basically it. Like, you have to hit certain ones. Like, if you turn on this one, it turns on these set of them. And, like, you have to get all of them to turn off. It's no fun. For me, at least. So this is the final one, I believe, right? Okay, yeah, as long as he doesn't go on the spikes, we should be okay. It's the only thing that will get us killed. Like I said, I gotta be very careful. He's on the spikes now. Woo! Our HP got pretty low. Dangerous. Whew. Okay. We got that extra treasure chest too. Nothing. We got some portal scrolls. Alright, for the last one though, we get to enchant a helmet, which the helmet enchantment is 100% the best. The problem with it is it doesn't like to roll like what you want because there's like 1 out of, I don't know what the number is, several hundred. What we would want is increased flicker strike damage, something related to it, chain hook. Okay, well there we go. That's what it granted us. It's like for a specific skill, but most important thing is we did it on the first try. It's not that it's like super hard for me to do. It's just that I just didn't want to have my helmet equipped. But I'm thinking right now, I still don't know what I actually want to go. But I'll still have these ascendancy points, and I'll have to put them in ASAP. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we can do the maps, which is, I guess we gotta go to Epilogue, do some like quests over here. So search for the keys, and then we also, I guess, leveled up too, right? I mean, heck, I can get the extra life node, and then like the thing is that I want more damage. It's not that I'm like scared and I want to have more survivability. It's just that I don't think I'll be able to consistently get that damage. And this getting, what, 10% extra damage? Oh, they deal 10% less damage. I just don't think I'm going to benefit off of this. Like the Fortify, that's pretty much not usable for me because I can just leap and I have Fortify. With this over here, I almost want to just get all of these small nodes over here, Kappa. Because this at least gives me damage. Just get 2 of these to extra damage. I think that's such a waste. But this one over here, yeah, it'd give me 10% more mana. And then also it gives me the stages. I'm not sure how good this thing is. This might actually be better. I'll actually look it up, and I'll give you guys the advice maybe in our next part. But, yeah, we can still do at least one of them. Well, let's get to the maps, and let's do a map. So we can kind of wrap things up over here. But anyways, we're going to go exit this way. They used to not make you do this. I'm not sure. Like, I feel like the closure of like the boss is like the boss. Why they make you go in here before doing like the other end, I don't know. Maybe for story's sakes, for Conquers the Atlas, that's why it changed. Is it this way or is it this way? Okay. Okay, we gotta go here. Go this way. But yeah, we'll do a couple maps. We'll see if we're able to take the damage. I don't mind getting the more damage. Okay, there we go to our hideout. And if you guys don't have a hideout, it's just one of those like zones that I mentioned. As like you can get one of these. I didn't want it like in the sewers or whatever. There's like lots of different variants of it. But now we're gonna go ahead and have our hideout.
Journey well.
And we're gonna meet him here. He'll give us a map. And then we go ahead and put a map in. So when you get a map, I'm going to actually just move this out of the way because I don't need this here. Just a waste of space. And I want to go ahead and see if I have anything to, let's see, increase cold, regen, physical damage. This could be good. Let's go ahead and see if we get something good off of it. If it had cold res and then like another resistance and then it also happened to have life, that's what we'd want, but we didn't get it, so it is in the trash.
See you.
Alright, so this is the map device. So you'll get these things called maps as you just kind of play the game. And how it works is you can modify the map. So you'll see right now it's just park map tier 1. Okay. If I upgrade it, let's go ahead and just use an Orb of Alchemy, because this is what generally you'll use on it. I would say going into the maps vanilla is kind of a waste. You want to, I would say at least go ahead and upgrade it with a transmutation, but you can alch it and you get a lot better results. So like, for example, we'll compare it, we'll do this, we'll compare it to this one. So I'll put this one to blue, I'll put this one to yellow, or it'll be considered rare. So Alchemy will upgrade it to a rare. So you see that this one, the item quantity is 23, comparing this to 52. Item rarity 14, this one's 31, monster pack size. But you also have to look at the modifiers, because if there was reflect physical damage, I would just have to say, no, I can't do that map. Like this one over here, reflect elemental damage. I don't really have that much elemental damage. I'm pretty sure I could do it anyways. Let's see. Yeah, I'd have like 10 cold damage. Like it's like irrelevant. But if I was based off of all fire, like my Inquisitor build, then yeah, I would have to say, no, I can't do that. Unless I happen to also get an item or something that says like I take no elemental damage. So we'll interact with these later on. But we're going to go ahead and activate our map. This is like the first introduction to the end game stuff. There's a lot that we'll need to go ahead and explain, but I'll probably do that all in another part. But I'll show off what this is. So this is basically a map. It's not like in Diablo. It's kind of like a Greater Rift in a sense. You still want to kill a lot of enemies here, as you know, the enemies have like this extra drop chances and stuff. It's also great for XP, as long as you're within level. Like we're 67, this is a 68 area. This would be good for XP. But usually what will happen is there's a boss, and I'll show you what the map looks like after. Careful on clicking those, they're very high chance to potentially get like frozen. But I always still open them. You can identify them. The one that you have to worry about is like it'll freeze you. So if you have like removes freeze and chill like on mine, then I just YOLO it every single time. There's also detonate corpse, that could also kill you. But those are the ones that I generally watch out for. But most of them, like, it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't really worry too much about it until you get to like 90-ish. 90-ish is where like when you die, it's painful because you lose XP and it like matters a lot more. Like you still lose XP, or, like before 90, it's just that like you still gain a lot back. So basically you just kill a boss and it'll say like map completed. But it's still worth killing monsters until it says the number where it says more than 50 monsters remain. Ideally you want to see that like under 50, and then like the map is considered cleared. So this one, the boss is kind of in the center, so I kind of go all the way around the perimeter first and kill everything else. Boss. Maybe did I already kill him? Is he over here? Oh, here. Eh? No?
Sounds good. Does it work?
Sometimes you won't notice some of the bosses, like you'll just kill it so fast that you just literally don't even see them. Oh, what is my hotkey for it? I forgot what I set it up for. It's not. I might actually have to look at what I changed my hotkey to. Oh, it's right here? No, okay. It still says there's over 50, so like we obviously missed some like large pack of monsters. Oh, here's 36 now, okay. So it's pretty much cleaned up at this point, okay. We might have killed them, I'm gonna double check. So, you cannot infinitely go in. You only have so many tries. The tries are how many portals exist over here. Should be 6. So you have 6 tries to go ahead and kill them. But we're going to open up the Atlas. That's world screen. That's for the... No, it's not. Why is it not on here? Is it like... I actually have to go here to go to... should be like Atlas screen or something like that. Oh, G is what I have it set to. Oh, you have to like... Did you do something first? Oh, okay, you have to talk to him. Okay, now I can hit G. Oh, okay. So I hit it before, it just wouldn't show up. And oh, he gives you a map too in the very beginning. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, so the first map that we did, I didn't find the boss. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just go in again. It's a tier 1 map anyways. It's not like we really lost out on anything. But we'll go in, and you can modify the map. Some of these will cost currency. So I'd say our damage is like okay. I definitely think our damage could be way better though. What was it like? If I could spell sword, yeah, the word sword does not have a 4 in it. All right. I mean, we can get that extra 4 resistance. Actually, what's our resistance at? Our resistances could be a lot better too. Actually, since I would mention, I would go over here anyways, because I really like getting Sentinel. I'm just gonna go ahead and get Sentinel, and then we'll probably also get this jewel slot. And the reason why I like getting all these resistances, and also I will use the the Orb of Regret or whatever, and I'll respec, but I also want to go ahead and get the crit strike multiplier versus like the 6% attack speed that Creighton gives and move speed. I just wanted that in the very beginning because it was kind of nice to have. But the reason why I really like getting the extra resistances here, because this is 18 to every single one. I know it's 3 points and some people don't like to get it. It's fine, you don't have to get it. But if I get 28 from all these, and I think this is already really good. You get evasion rating and armor. It's a pretty high number too. But then the jewel slot is really nice. But that lets you search for a lot of items that don't have resistance. And that saves you a lot of currency earlier on. And you can respec out of that later and get items that actually have resistance. But a lot of items that that people look for, they want resistances. And if it doesn't have resistance, they just don't sell it for very much. Yeah, nice little chaos orb. What we're looking for is like 1 exalted orb. So sometimes you can farm all day, you don't get one. Sometimes you can find a couple. But like if you just get 1 exalted orb, it's so huge in the very beginning of maps. This is where you normally get them. You can get them like before. I've gotten one in Act 2 before. But basically those convert to roughly like 100 chaos. They can go up or down depending on the league and depending on the time. Usually they start off at like 50-ish, the earlier start of the league, because no one has currency, but like on average they're worth at least 100. In fact, let's go ahead and check, as that's a pretty important thing to mention. So an exalt right now. Oh, we almost died. Right now it's 50. Wait, what? No, it's 87, okay. Someone else is listing it, but I'm sure it's a scammer anyways. So like 87 is the going rate. But they're on average they're about 100 at least, and then they start going higher and higher as the league progresses. So you can hold on to it. If I have one right now, I'd probably sell it, so I can instantly just get some more items. But if I held on to it for a while, it would go up in value. They could be worth like 120 as time goes by. But I'd say that's about where they go around. Like, let's just like breach over here. So this is an interesting mechanic. You touch the hand, it drops splinters. If you collect a certain amount of splinters, you'll be able to go in and fight a super hard area, or like another area. It's not technically super hard. Depends on your build. But how it works is you just keep on killing them as this little like thing expands. Go and grab some maps over here. Look at where that item is like showing up. That's just because there's so many items. That's why I always recommend a loot filter. I'm also rubber banding. Okay, there we go. And if you see these clasp hands, click on them, because they will also drop splinters. So yeah, it'll take I believe like 100, yeah, 100, and then you'll be able to go ahead and go to another area. It's actually worth picking up the splinters. I know it seems like, oh, you gotta get so many, but like it's worth it. If you don't even want to use it to go in, pick them up so you can sell it. So, oh, it didn't even show up what the map was, because we haven't completed one of them. I don't know if that was supposed to be like the area with the boss. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna double check, because if I go all the way over there and the boss was like somehow spawned in right here, I'm gonna feel so bad. Okay. Here we go. Forest of Flames. It was over here. Okay. So it'll say Atlas mission. Oh, June received, but it also shouldn't say completed. Okay, there we go. Bonus completed. So how it works is with the earlier maps, you just have to complete them on blue. I'm not gonna like. I know I said you should do about like 50, but like I'm just gonna breeze through these super fast. I'll do one more for this playthrough over here. So I'll kind of explain it. You want to go ahead, and if you mouse over, you see how they like kind of show up. So like this one over here, we've already done it. I'm not gonna do it this one again. I'd rather do a different one. This one over here, Caldera, we'll go ahead and do Caldera. We'll also go ahead and identify this and see what this is worth. I don't think it's worth anything though. So I'll go to my trade website and I'll type in the name of the item, earned, I spell it E-E-A-R, Aaron. Oh, there we go. Arendelle's Embrace. It is worth 1 alch, which is basically nothing.
Hello.
So at this point in the game, what we'll basically be doing is doing these maps over and over again. This part I can't necessarily like follow you. I can't do like 100%. I could basically play all the maps, but it's a pretty self-explanatory system, and because of the RNG of what map you get and what map you started out on, you're just going to start progressing. So this one will lead into this one, to lead into this one. Just keep on doing these and start branching. We'll explain the new mechanic once we get these watchstones, and I'll make a follow-up video so you guys aren't lost, because I do want to give you guys the full guide for this game. It's just that there's just going to be so much RNG with what you get. But I want to at least do all of these ones on blue. If you do a higher version of it, like a yellow, which I plan to do on pretty much all of these. But this one has, okay, reflect elemental is fine. Just don't reflect physical. So yeah, we're just going to basically do a bunch of these maps, and later we'll get these stones, and I'll explain what the heck these stones do. But because there's so much RNG, I'll just do one more for the sake of our little playthrough here. Oh wait, we don't need to go in here. This is the old one. Okay, so go ahead and slam this in here. Go ahead and start. And we'll also explain anointing oils, which is a really cool mechanic. What you're able to do is you can pick out anything on the entire skill tree. You can pick one. Technically, there's special items that will let you pick more than one, but that's an inventory slot that you'd have to basically sacrifice. But you're going to be able to get any skill, and it doesn't have to be connected. You can pick out anything. Some of them are going to be more expensive than others. If I hold Alt, you will see that Mind Drinker has these little colors next to it. Those are the oils. If I want to go ahead and get it, I will get my amulet and I'll take it to Cassia, which we don't have yet, but I will show you how the mechanic works later. But yeah, I just wanted to mention it. It's a heads up. There's just so much content in this game to cover. Oh, did we do this one already? Okay, hold on. Another way you can find out if you've done the map, because this looks similar. I swear this was a different one. Okay, it is. So Caldera and Volcano. Also, there's a little message from the game. It says we're running a sale on every type of stash tab. So if you made it this far, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. And I hope you don't feel like I'm trying to be a sellout, because I'm not like sponsored or anything. But I highly recommend to get the currency stash tab, as it'll make your game so much easier. And we'll also dip into how to sell items, and you'll need what's called a premium stash tab. I think this is, and this, let's actually check the price. This is actually a good thing. So the currency stash tab 100% is like, you definitely want that. So let's see, currency stash tab. I believe this transfers over to $6, if I'm correct on the math over here. And then you need one premium stash tab, not the bundle. The bundle is like, that gives you 6. You just need one stash tab bundle. Sometimes you can upgrade to a premium stash tab, which costs $1. So in total, you'd spend $7. You have to have, technically you don't have to, but like pretty much you'd have to. Like what I mean by that is, yeah, you can sit there in the all chat and spam, hey, I'm selling this. It's not worth it. Spend the $1 and get a premium stash tab, and spend the $6 and get this. It's worth it. And buying it on sale is obviously like the smartest thing to do. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Like I said, I'm not sponsored, but I genuinely like this game, so I bought some stuff. I even bought skins in the game. But most of them I got for free. I just wanted to support them. This was earlier on, like I kickstarted this game. I believed in this game, and it paid off. Some other games that kickstarted, instant regret kappa. But yeah, let's just progress. Make sure you don't skip on picking up the maps. Even if you've already done them, you can still do them again. and you can also trade them.
Practice makes perfect.
Okay, so this one's going to require us to do 2 portals. And one thing I can recommend you to do is right before the boss fights. Oh, these are always good to do in here. Let's see. I just got to double check and make sure it doesn't have reflect, as reflect will be ripperoni pepperoni for us. Yeah, we're doing perfectly fine even without the like third ascendancy here, because I still didn't know what I wanted to get. There's a couple things I want to test out with like the banner, which I actually don't know how they work. So I will look up that info. So resistances are kind of bad still. Ooh, that was a pretty nasty hit we took. Oh, Honduras class. Oh, molten shell's quite nice to have. What the heck is hitting me for so much? He hit me for so much damage. All right. Anyways, now that we'll have this, we'll have some extra resistances. Yeah, we're almost good. And like I said, I plan to actually, I'm going to swap off of this. I'm going to swap off of this, and I'm going to desperately need resistances. Oh gosh, this thing definitely needs to be swapped out, as we can get something so much better. I actually am thinking about getting, I might go hiltless, and I'll explain all this later, but I might get this sword that basically damages us as we attack, and then we're cast on damage taken. We're going to take it to a next level with curse on hit. There's just, again, so much in this game.
Can't do this just yet.
But yeah, I'm going to try to get the extra resistances so I can run other items that will increase more damage. And then that way I don't have to get resistances on my gear. Because you want to have 75 to all resistances except for Chaos. And Chaos is more dependent on what mechanic you want to do. Like Metamorph and Cyrus. And yeah, there might be other things for this league that I'm unaware of that exist, but they would require. Finally, our first Cassia. This is what I was talking about. Actually, I should put in that Blood Ridge. I totally forgot that we removed it, because I didn't want to like potentially die. I might have actually died if I had that in, because it drains our HP. I want the low level Blood Rage in the cast with damage taken. Okay. So how this works is you click this to start, and this is legitimately tower defense. Okay, so what you gotta do is you have to click on this, and you're gonna be building a tower. You'll see like the different types of stuff. Most people just get fire. I like getting the little zombie guys, and you can upgrade the towers, and eventually they'll have like things you can swap into. I don't like playing this mechanic because it takes forever, but I do like the oils that it gives. So basically you don't want them to reach from here to here. If they do, it'll destroy the durability. Once the durability goes down all the way, then you fail, and you get nothing. Well, you get pretty much nothing. But you'll see over the minimap, the red little dots, that's where there's enemies. The thing with Flicker is you have no control over stuff sometimes. Ooh! That was close. Maybe I should get that one where you get that extra bonus damage. Like, that would have been really nice there because it would heal us, right? So once you go ahead and finish it up over here, you'll see that you can click on it and it'll give you, this one gave us a sepia oil. This one gives us currency. It has a little icon. This one will grant us some jewels. And this one will be another oil. Awesome. And then now we'll have Cassia, which will be nice.
Success.
Yes, and then we'll anoint. I don't think you can anoint corrupted items. But I'll defeat it and I'll double check. I'm pretty sure you can't, but like I honestly don't know. I've never even tried. Now that we've defeated both those portals, the final portal opens up for this one. This is how Caldera works. And there'll be a boss then. But I like the setup that you don't have to kill like every, well, technically in a greater if you don't have to kill every single enemy. But I like how you can kind of customize the map. I think Reflect though should be removed. Because like Reflect, it's not even like, oh, you just take a little bit more damage. It's like you one-shot yourself a lot of the times. And I think for like a beginner player, like that mechanic is just, it's too punishing. They even removed it in Diablo 3 because of that reason. Alright, now we're in Caldera. What's up, Xeno? How you doing? Oh, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. And he is dead. So let's go ahead and see if we can anoint the item. Wait, I just got another Abyssius. Huh, that's cool. I mean, that was the item that I wanted to get, but this one is corrupted, so it has 41% increased physical damage taken. The lowest is 40. 40 will be worth a lot more, and it rolled pretty good for attributes. It does have 4 sockets, but the problem is it's corrupted. Someone might still want it because they just want like it because it exists. Heck, I could actually make better use out of this. Like it has a little bit less armor, but like I would save myself from extra 6% damage, and I get a little bit more to all attributes. Heck, I'm gonna go and throw that in right now. We lose out on Poacher's Mark, but I can deal without Poacher's Mark. It's not a big deal. As I really only use that during bosses anyways. I think this is worth it. I get 3 more, and we get increased burning damage. Okay. That was the corruption mod on it. It doesn't have that usually. But anyways, like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and show you off the oil mechanic, as I wanted to actually test out something else anyway, so I'm just going to go test this out. So what we'll do is we'll go to Sister Cassia, we'll go to Anointing Oils, and the Anointing, well, you got to put in the necklace first. Oh, sorry, corrupted items cannot be anointed. Alright, now this setup didn't cost me anything. Like, these are really cheap, but I wanted to actually test this out. I don't know if it works or not, but the combo for this is over here. It's for staves. So this one, you'll see that it's blue, blue, purple. So what you do is you put in, actually I can show you by putting in like any amulet. So if I go to Sister Cassia, if I put in this amulet, and then I put in blue, violet, or I should say azure, because there's ones that look very similar. And I'll tell you what it gives you. So like the staffs, whatever, I can't benefit from that. The crit chance with strike staffs, can't benefit from that. The 10% chance to gain endurance charge on melee crit strike, that's what I wanted. I don't know if it works, and I wanted just to test it out for something else. But yeah, we'll put this in an actual one that's not corrupted next time on our playthrough. But anyways, that's going to wrap up our POE playthrough, at least for this section over here, as we've completed the final act, we defeated the boss, we showed you the map mechanic, and then lastly over here is basically just clearing out the atlas. And like I said, it takes a real long time, and I'll update you guys in the future very soon when we kind of just progress. I'll mention the things that we've done to the build and things like that. But at this moment, you might be, it should be 67. If you were following the build with the Inquisitor crit build, this is the item that you can finally get now, because you can finally use it because you're 67. So this item over here is the item that I would recommend you guys to get. If you are going, again, I don't know if anyone was copying the Templar, was still kind of just building out their build, but this is the item that you want to get. It's super, super cheap, and I mean super, 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 super cheap. It's insane. It actually has the highest DPS. If you go to Two-Handed Sword, and you just hit search, this is the highest DPS sword in the game, and it is legitimately free. Like if I go to DPS, it's all Oro Sacrifice. I say that, but there's other things here. But okay, hold on. These okay, look at the costs. Wait, this is 8. Wait, hold on now. Do I have 8? Can I just buy this? There's no. This guy might be scamming Kappa. When you see a deal that's too good to be true, it usually is. Hold on, I don't even have the currency. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to buy that thing off that guy, as 8 is just way too cheap for a 900 DPS. There's no way. He's probably scamming. Anyways, but you'll see that Oro Sacrifice is pretty much like the dominant weapon. It has 828. Like his, like over here you see 800 something. I'm going to try to buy this right now. But that's the item that you want to get. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed our complete playthrough. But it's not over yet. It's just like over for the main campaign. Hope you guys enjoyed the full entire playthrough. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.